It's summer 1988, and my family is packing to leave on our family vacation to Branson, Missouri. I am so excited that I don't even care that it takes 5 hours to get there. All the way there, my sister, my brother, and I are talking about all the fun stuff we're going to do, even though we had no idea where Branson was or any of the attractions they had. But most importantly, on the trip there, we were discussing where we were going to sleep in the camper. You know, claiming our territory. Every now and again, my mom would chime in and tell us a fun little surprise that we didn't know about. You know, the campground or the places we were going to visit. As a 7-year-old, I can barely contain myself. Best summer ever. We finally arrive at the campground, and my dad lets us know right away that we have to set up camp before we go explore. I'm pretty sure he knew that we would not be helping after finding out there was 2 swimming pools, one of which was inside a building. And to top that off, there was a miniature golf course and a go-kart track. We wouldn't have to even leave the campground to have fun. Camp took forever to set up, but it was finally time to go explore. The indoor pool was huge, and they had a huge water slide. I'm not sure what I was thinking, or even if I was thinking, but I jumped right in. Next thing I know, my dad's pulling me out by my hair. Turns out, I sink like an anchor. At that point, I realized I don't know how to swim, but I was thankful my dad was there and he seen me. At this point, I was walking with my dad holding his hand. I was also told there will be no more stunts like that one. We walked to another pool, this one outdoor, with a huge fence around it. Lots of people were having a blast swimming, but we kept on going. We eventually made a huge circle around the campground. We stopped at the playground and also stopped so my brother and my dad could race on the go-karts. They went a little fast. I would just ride them tomorrow. We headed back to the camper to have dinner and go to bed. The next morning we got up and went swimming. This time my parents helped me. After swimming, we went to Silver Dollar City. That was a lot of fun. The next day we went to Shepherd of the Hills, where we raced frogs, painted, and made candles. We also had lunch. So far, this trip was awesome. That night, back at the campground, we made dinner, then went golfing as a family. We had to turn in early because we were headed to the Wild Safari Zoo that you could drive through the next day. We got to the zoo, and before you could go on the safari's drive, you could walk through and see the caged animals. There were tigers and tons of monkeys. I fell in love with this cute little baby monkey. Everyone was at the cage watching them. There were tons of people around. This baby was so cute, and everyone wanted to see him. I was standing there at the cage and decided to put my hand through the fence to touch him. What harm would that cause? To my surprise, the mama monkey came up, reached her hand through the fence, and smacked me a good one before I even realized what was going on. My cheek was stinging. I was so embarrassed. I turned around to see everyone was laughing, even my mom and dad. I was so embarrassed, my vacation was over. I was slapped by a monkey, and everyone had seen it. After the safari ride, we went back to the campground, and you can imagine how bad I was teased by my sister and my brother. This trip was not so fun anymore. The next morning, we got up and packed the camper up so we could go home. This trip is now known as the monkey smack to my whole family, and I will never live it down. Thank you.